What's up, everybody? Coach Sheldon back here again with another video, and tonight we'll be discussing the topic of buck sweep. I don't know if many of you all are, excuse me, familiar with buck sweep, but I heard about it maybe a year ago from a buddy of mine, and he kind of discussed the beginners and openings and stuff of it, and just kind of got me introduced to it. And it's a um, fairly easy one to learn. It's just you've got to know your components of who to pull, who to kick block out and stuff, and how to seal the edge off for your back to get through there. Essentially, the way I looked at it is all buck sweep is just outside zone in my eyes. That's the way it looked for me. And got a drawing and a video example and can kind of go back through and talk about some stuff. Let me get my screen shared for you. Let's go here for you guys. Right here is our buck sweep element versus a 4-2-5 defense with a two high shell, and the corners playing head up right here, and then you've got one that's playing outside. But the way buck sweep is that cue's coming down right here, and it's essentially outside zone right here. But as you see, there's many elements, like our right guard or right tackle, I believe, is wrapping up to that strong safety right there. And then our other one is kicking out to that corner, to seal in that corner right there. And then this is ran out of trips bunch right here. So we've got our H, our Y, and our Z. Our H is going to seal that edge end right there, seal him off. Our Y is going to seal off and take that Mike linebacker. Our Z will seal off and take the star. And then we've got our tackle over here is sealing that will off. But if that edge brings any pressure or anything, then we could switch it up and take that pressure right there and gap hinge him as he comes off the edge. Show you what I mean. We gap hinge, seal the edge off right here, and that would leave nobody in conflict. And then you got that Q steps down right here, and then takes it, goes off to the races, and runs outside zone right here. And if it's sealed and protected right, then you can either have a big gain out of it, or you could take it to the house easily. It could be a house call too. Our single side, I almost forgot about our single side detached receiver, is easily just sealing on this corner, or we can easily do a mandatory outside release as well, depending on how the corner aligns. And if we don't like the alignment right here, we can easily throw that outside release depending on how that corner plays. Now, if that corner plays outside or something, we're easily going to take it inside right here if that corner aligns outside and plays outside right here. If it plays head up, like it is right now, we're going to stick with our blocking right here. But if it switches to right here and goes inside leverage, that's when we're going to take it right here. And then if it switches to outside leverage is when we'll throw the inside release right here. Let me show you a video example of buck sweep. Let me get that's the wrong screen. Let me get my screen going for you guys. I apologize. Buck sweep right here. We got the video going. Let me make sure you guys can see it. There we go. Here's an example of what I like to call buck sweep right here. And this is out of a trips bunch formation as well. You'll see the two guards pull, and you'll see he gets. And now we're going the opposite side right here with a single side detached right here to the single side. Let me see if this is buck sweep right here. Believe so. This is from the opposite angle right here. Oh no, it's not. I'm sorry. That is QB draw. Um, let's let me stop sharing right there. Let's go and look at our. Let's draw essentially. Let's go the opposite direction or try to. I want to kind of quiz myself and see how I would do with it. Uh, Let me see what side that bunch is right there. So H Y Z. This is your bunch formation, or what I like to call tribe. It's the previous offense I came from, is where we called it tribe. Let's go back through. I want to just make sure I get this right. And nose, tackle, end. This is not the same way I would draw it, but I'm just trying to replicate it as close as I can. So X on the single side, and you've got corner playing outside of the bunch formation right here. Center takes the nose right here. And you've got that edge guy takes the tackle. And one guy comes out, takes that corner. Comes out, takes that corner. Our H seals, takes the defensive end right here. Then you've got the Y. Oh, I need to draw the rest of the setup. That is my fault. The Z will seal, take that star. The Y is going to seal and take our Mike linebacker, or our Will. I'm going to make it my Will linebacker. Then you've got, I forgot the last guy that pulls. He'll be wrapping to that safety. And our guy will play the same right here, head up with this outside corner to the single detached side. And then you'll simply run an outside zone right there to go to the opposite side. And that quarterback is stepping down and pitching that. And then you run outside zone buck sweep. And that is essentially both sides that help run with help you run your buck sweep, excuse me. And so that's essentially how both sides will work right there. I feel honestly it's a very beneficial run play to incorporate into your system if you have the guys, but it depends all on the different formation or how you want to run that. And I feel it's just you. The only difficult part is you've got to know who to pull and at the certain times of who to wrap and kick and everything. And it'll all depend on a different defensive formation depending on whatever you go out of. It may be different if you see a cover three, or it may be different if you see, let's say, cover two or cover two zone or cover two man. The list goes on and on and on. Um, it'll also vary by each formation. I mean, if you spread them out and go trips, I mean, there's a lot of things that you could play by that. I always wonder too if it could be ran out of doubles, you know, two by two set right there. I always wonder a lot of those pieces if you could run stuff like that. I feel honestly that it could easily work and benefit your offense in a lot of ways, and um, yeah. But just want to make a little quick video on Buck Sweep. Many people may have not heard about it, but this video right here is how I was taught and the way I drew it up and stuff. This is kind of how I looked at it, and essentially the way I look at it is, excuse me, it essentially acts as outside zone for me. It's just you got a lot more moving parts, and it's just do your research on the certain formation that you want to look at and try and scheme it up. Uh, there's a lot of ways that it could easily work, and this is the way I wanted to show you guys out of a trips bunch formation right here. But that'll be it for Coach Shelton tonight. Leave anything, suggestions down in the comments down below. I'll try to get this video up as soon as possible, and DM me on Twitter for any video ideas. I've got a lot coming up this way, a lot of projects to work on and everything, and I'll see you guys soon. Coach Shelton signing out. Peace.